All right. Happy, what day is today? October what? 27th. October 27th. So, this is going to be my quick garden update. I haven't done it for a little bit, but let's just do it real quick, see where we are. So, the cucumbers that I planted for late season, doing very well. I already picked two cucumbers off, but these are called delicatessen. Yeah, cucumbers. They're very good for pickling cucumbers, and that's what I wanted to try and test out to see. So next year, I will definitely, you know, get on it and have these. And I'm noticing I'm starting to have an active. I think it's leaf miners who do this. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I'm noticing I'm seeing this more, so I need to spray it down with my neem oil mixture. And yeah, but it's producing still. I got twins on this one vine. It's got there, got one growing there, got that one, it's about ready to be picked, and another one there. This peach tree, I think I'm honestly gonna send it back because it's still, even though I pulled off all the yellow leaves, like the leaves just don't feel like they have life in them, and I'm starting to see a yellowing in more leaves. So yeah, no, that can probably go back. My basil, I think it's holy basil. I just went ahead and let it flower, and the bumblebees love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, yeah, as you can see, yay. It's like, me? You talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you. And they say pollinators aren't here. That's a lie. Look at this. Now look at this. So, these are Colesus tomatoes. This is the most this has ever fruit, period, this year. I think I got maybe two off of it the first time, and then when it got really hot, it stopped producing, which I was not aware that things like tomatoes, cucumbers that we know love sunshine, love heat, there's a thing called too much. So if it gets too much heat, too much sun, it can stop producing. And so what I've seen within the past month and a half, now that it's been cooling a little bit, but still warms up in the afternoon, it's starting to produce. And there aren't that many leaves on there because I started cutting back the leaves. So all the long branches it had on the offshoots, I cut them off. And when I see that it's starting to produce a tomato, a fruit, then I start like this little thing that's coming off. Anything that I think will take nutrients away from the fruit developing, I'm cutting it off. So that was a test I did probably a month ago, and I saw that it started to produce more on the vines. Ooh, I'm just gonna go with it, and I'll probably do it again next year and see how it goes. As you can see, my basil is just taking off. These are my African marigolds. They were so tall. I don't know if you saw it in the last videos, but I cut them back, and they have been producing like crazy. So I'm gonna make it a practice of doing that, actually cutting them back and let them just reflower all over again. The butterflies and the bees love these as well. And as you can see, all these tomatoes growing. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Little tomatoes. They're almost the size of like cherry tomatoes. But as you can see, I got these. They start off kind of purplish with some green. And then, do I have one that's ripe? No, not ripe yet. But they'll turn into like an orange red color when they're ripe and ready. But you can eat them like this, honestly. They'll be just fine. And then this is my other Callissus that I grew from a what you call it? A slip? Not a slip. Oh, forgot. But you know when it starts like this. So I let it grow like a little bit long, like maybe about a foot long, and then I plucked it off, and then I put it into some water, let it root, and then I planted it. And this is what has grown. And since I started cutting off the leaves and everything, as you can see, it's got one there. It's got one there. It's got one there. That one's gonna turn and be ready. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress it's been doing. Just growing, still growing. Take these little things off. Let's see. My lemon tree has been doing good. I've noticed it's been getting these little yellowing on the tips of the leaves, so I need to figure out what that is so I can stop that. But let's go down to the main garden. So the new addition is rosemary. So I have my rosemary and thyme. My peas, they just didn't do so well, and I'm thinking it may be a soil. Some lived, some hasn't. This has been the only one that's like shot up and just produced. You see it has 1, 2, 3 pods on there so far. So, this was my test. So I know next year I'm gonna have just one of these, and I'm just gonna have them all planted around the one. So then I could put something else to grow beside it. These are my cabbage. I've got a little bit of garlic there. These are my dwarf kale. They seem to be doing okay in there. And then I have a cauliflower, two baby cauliflowers back there. And then these are some collard greens. This one's going to my mom. And then these are for us. And you see the difference? This has been in the ground way longer than this. And this is just compost, a little bit of manure, and pine bark mulch. That's it. That's all. And it seems to be doing way better than the stuff that's here. But I remember I didn't put compost in this bed, so I think that might be hindering the growth a bit. But we'll see. We'll see. But otherwise, it's growing. My okra has been doing phenomenal. I've been getting okra almost every day, every other day, and I've noticed it's starting to put out more leaves toward the bottom. And of course, you got little baby okra developing. So I'm pretty excited. That means, because look at that. Look at all those. Look at all those. I'm just, super excited. And peas down there, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. So I know for next year, if I do bush beans, that I will plant more. I'll make it nice and dense, not one here, one here, one here. I think I had like 5, and then I planted a couple more seeds to just fill it out so I could at least get some beans off of it. And then in between my beans are mustard greens. So I have mustard greens there. I have 2 here, and I have 1 and a little baby one there. So starting to learn how to do companion planting and seeing how that will work out. So far seems pretty good. Pretty good. My sweet potato patch is still going strong. The update is yes. This is starting to do a little bit more flowering, but the big update is my Japanese sweet potatoes have started, not that one, have started flowering. Yes! So that means we got some potatoes baking down there. So I will let it get ready to start dying back. Like you can see, like these leaves, they're dying back, which tells me I have sweet potatoes ready to be harvested. But I'm gonna let those sit probably till November, and then I'll pull them up. And let's see what we got in the greenhouse. And in the greenhouse we have our pineapples that I grew from the tops of pineapples that I got from the grocery store. And 2 new ones. They've been doing good, growing little new ones. And this is supposed to be a cherry tree. It's a little seedling, but he's just been struggling. I don't know if it's the heat, but that's why I brought him into the greenhouse, and hopefully he'll do a lot better in there. Of course, another Japanese sweet potato vine there. My strawberries have been taken off, putting out runners all over the place. And of course, my eggplant. Look at that. Look at that. One, and I thought I had one more. And I'll show y'all one that I actually harvested. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Boom. One that I actually already picked. This actually 2 days ago. My black eye peas. Still doing well. I had to cut it because remember it was just luscious all over, and it was just leaning so far it was going to basically collapse over. So I went ahead and cut the top off, and look at this. Cut the top off, just shooting vines all over. So that tells me next year, even if I don't get a trellis, I can still grow it in a compact form, but I just got to make sure it gets enough airflow. But we'll see for next year. And my peppers, they're still growing. As you see, they're still putting out blooms, trying to produce. And look at this. I've already been taking peppers from off of this. We got a threefer. Yep. I think. Yep, this one's ready. This one's ready. It's amazing when you look at stuff that you grow in your yard, how it's not quite the perfectly shaped, fruits and vegetables that you see in the stores. But I love them because I'm like, it's the same thing. You can still eat it. It goes in the tummy the same way. Here's our cauliflower. And as you can see, I've been having army worms that have been on this. So every morning I'll come and I'll just hold the leaf up to the sun, and I can see the little baby worms on them. It makes it easier for me to see it, and I just squish them. Bah, 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 bah. Get them early in the morning when it's a little bit chilly because they're not moving as fast. But yep, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 cauliflowers. Of course, my green onions. And then I have my carrots intermingled with my beets. I think that's like amazing. So beets and carrots and chives in the back. And then I have my Old Tokyo greens that, as you can see, they've been getting eaten up too, but I've just been trying to stay at it. And in between, of course, my greens, I have some more carrots. And then we have our ginger. Seems to be doing still pretty good. It's not turning, like it's dying yet, so that lets me know it's still actively growing. My blueberry tree. I'm looking forward to actually pruning it in January because it definitely is in need of it. I just planted some pansies down there, so just give it some color as the weather gets cooler. My blackberry bush seems to want to just keep growing, and I'm gonna let it. I'm very happy that I see it growing, having some new life. and I'll eventually repot it before it gets too cold. And my two little baby blueberry bushes, and my banana trees, my dwarf Cavendish banana trees. And they have been just putting out leaves and putting out leaves. So I'm really hoping when winter hits, I'll cut off all the leaves and then I'll wrap it in some, like a blanket, and then I'll put cardboard box around it, and hopefully that'll keep it through the winter so that next year I know it will actually produce bananas. And that's what I'm looking forward to. My fresh bananas and my olive tree. That tells you just how big that got, because it was nowhere close to touching this. But look how big the leaves are. And you know, you can actually cook with the banana leaves. You can do like boil like meat in it, potatoes in it. You can do it in I don't know if you could put it like directly on the grill, but I know if you have like coals and you put the meat into the banana leaf, and then you put the coals on top and it like slow cooks it. You could do that with banana leaves too. But oh, I'm so happy to see it all nice and happy, because before I was a little worried because it was definitely losing its leaves when I repotted it. But yeah, this is my garden update. I'm looking forward to seeing the plants produce in the fall, and I'm really looking forward to not having so many pests. Really, really, really. So I think honestly, fall and winter crops will probably be my best season, because I don't have to battle these pests as often as I do in the summer, spring and summertime. So I hope you are doing well, and happy planting.